I don't think I've ever got this far on episode 2 of the hardcore career mode in Stormworks. I don't think I've ever owned this harbour. Now, obviously I've owned the harbour before, but I don't think I've owned it before episode 2, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is design and build a locomotive that we can use on the train tracks on this island. So let's get straight to it. All right, let's go ahead and run straight over here and we can sort it out from this area. Now, I was thinking that realistically we don't actually have that much diesel. Although actually, to be fair, 8,791 is not too bad. We don't have very much jet fuel, so we're not going to use a jet. But this right here is infinite, essentially. So I think we'll build an electric train. Alright, I'm trying to decide what this locomotive is even gonna look like, but if I type in train, I think we're gonna go ahead and grab this. I'm gonna chuck it on there like that, and that's gonna be awesome. Actually, the other way around. There we go. Alright, cool. These bogies are pretty awesome. Alright, for these bogies to work properly, I've gone ahead and installed a pivot on top that provides power through this bit right here. So if we have a motor in the actual locomotive, it will send power through into the wheels. That makes sense, right? Alright, so we want another set of this, essentially. So let's go ahead and grab these. There we go. Copy. Move it backwards. Now, I want, like, it to not be that far apart, if that makes sense. So whatever room we've got here, I guess, doesn't want to be, like, overly big. So at the minute, this would be 16, which is 17. Yeah, so if I do this, there we go. And then I want to go ahead and put this thing in. I guess it goes... Does it go one away? I don't know. Like here? Yeah, that makes sense. Paste that in there. Go ahead and attach this guy onto there. Merge that together. There we go. That right there is going to be the start and the base of our locomotive. I do think this is a little bit too low though, so we're going to bring this up by 1. I am going to send it out to the side, but obviously we need to mirror this. There we go. All right, that works. Cool. All right, so since this is going to be obviously an electric locomotive, we're going to go ahead and shove this onto there like that. I want to go back to here and just build this up for a second and get some batteries. Yes, these guys right here. Let's line these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. All right, hang on. Do this and that. There we go. All right, that works. Build that up right there. Build this little guy up right here and do it again. Yes, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Go ahead and build this piece up. This piece up. There we go. Awesome. You know, it would make more sense actually if we move these in one and then these in one and then we can actually border it. That right there is a lot of batteries. Look at that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we get 20 batteries all together right now. That is not going to be enough batteries for this thing, I don't think. So we need more. Well, we actually have this little area in here as well, so we can add more batteries inside. So let's do that. So 1, 2, actually, let's do them on their sides. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, it doesn't work that way again. All right, that's fine. One there, one there. Let's go ahead and do another one right here in the middle. Another one right there. There we go. All right, that's another bunch of batteries. Good. Uh-oh. I've had to delete those things because actually we can't have this. And the reason we can't have it is because we don't have enough money. At the minute, we only have 5,000 left after spawning it. And we don't have a cab, we don't have any motors, we don't have any lights, we don't have anything. What an absolute disaster that is. Okay, well, I've deleted most of it again, and we're actually going to start with just one bogie and hope for the best. Alright, we're starting again because, well, I want to use these wheels instead. So, we're going to go ahead and attach that wheel to there. We're going to go forwards to here. And, well, we're going to go ahead and do this wheel right here like this. There we go. So, instead of it being one bogie, it's actually just 2 of these. Which is going to look strange, but because with one bogie, they actually fall off the tracks, 2 bogies is going to be better. Okay, let's get to building then. That guy is going to go right there like that. We're going to attach this guy onto here, and we're actually going to go straight across the top with this dude. There we go. From there, we're going to go ahead and grab one of these. We're going to chuck it on there like that. We're going to chuck one of these guys right here, and this guy right here like this, and that is the main thing around each of the wheels. So we're going to do the same thing back here. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the battery setup that we did before because, well, we're going to need batteries on this thing whether we like it or not. So let's go with it. So, batteries, yes. We're going to go ahead and put in 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, if I delete this and I delete this, maybe we could put one there, one there, one there, and one there and get away with it. Yes, that would actually be perfect. Awesome. Okay, we're going to go back doing the same thing the other way around. There we go. And attach this guy onto here like this. All right, that's epic. All right, as for the interior, we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Go to the underside. 1, 2. Oh, we don't actually have enough money for that. All right, we can't add the interior batteries. That's crazy. So that's going to be nothing in there. All right, well, I have 12,000 left over in order to build the rest of the actual vehicle, so that's what we're going to do. Let's just go ahead and bosh that onto there. We're going to go ahead and bosh this straight onto here. At the back, we're going to do this. There we go. And I'm going to have to sort out the back nicer than that, but for now, this is what we've got. You know what? That's actually a good base. Yeah, so we have 8 batteries on each side, so 16 batteries altogether. That's going to work. I think if we add like a weird cab at the front right here, that'll do. Yeah. All right, each of these is going to need pipes going to them. These are the bogies, of course. So let's go ahead and pipe up. We're then going to use some internal pipes, these guys, to go from there and from here backwards to the middle. Yeah, so we're going to actually pretty much join these together, actually. And then we're going to have it come up from here with a T-piece. Yes, bam, right there like that. We can then add a motor directly onto there, and that will be what propels us forwards and backwards. It also is going to be the only thing, pretty much, using the electricity. Alright, time to test it real quick before we add anything else. The main reason for this is so that we can see, A, how fast it goes, which actually should be pretty fast, to be honest. Oh yeah, if I boost this all the way up to full, it'll go 60 meters per second. That's not bad. Also, I think it's going to be pretty efficient, since we've only used 1% battery so far, and we are flying. Oh yeah. Alright, let's build the rest of it then around this. And we're going to hope for the best. Alright, zoom it backwards. Let's go. Alright, so I'm going to delete this little bit right here. Actually, no. We're going to go ahead and build this out again. There we go. Bam and bam. We're going to go to this piece. I'm going to delete it, and I'm just going to shove this in here like this. There we go. One there, one there. We're then going to go to Frantic Red, and this is what our actual cabin is going to be made of. Yes. Okay, so far so good. If we build this backwards, yep, that's all good. I kind of want to be able to walk out the back of here. So if we can actually add a proper door, that would be amazing. Okay, so I've been messing around with what I want this to look like, and this is actually sort of not it. It looks too old school for me, so I'm actually going to delete this and try and come up with a different cab. Because this just looks old. It does. I really like the way that this bit looks. I think this looks awesome, but that bit up there just isn't it. Alright, I feel like I actually like this more, although it still looks pretty weird to me. Like, this looks really strange, but actually kind of cool at the same time. I was thinking we need some lights on this somewhere, and I don't really know where to put them. I don't really have anywhere to put them, so I might move this down by 1, and maybe we could fit some lights in here. I don't really know. There's not very much room for them. Okay, does that work? I feel like it does, so we're going to keep it like that. I'm going to go ahead and move this bit out by 1. We're going to add the connector into there, and then random details are going to go on the side, obviously, and then I want that to look nicer. We can't just have that out on its own, clearly. Alright, I've shoved a connector on the front right there. We're going to go ahead and delete these guys really quickly, and well, I'm going to move them out by 1 block, so that's going to go there. We'll chuck that guy on the front. Excellent, there we go. So maybe they should get pushed out a little bit further, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll actually move it out by another one and have it there. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, with that being said, we're actually going to go ahead and get some extra pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and shove them on here to hopefully make this look a little tiny bit nicer. If it does, that's great. If it looks weird, we'll go ahead and swap it out. But let's spawn it in and see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, we'll keep it like that for now. It's weird, but it works. Alright, we've gone ahead and put some pipes on the back, as well as the buffers, and also the connector, so we can connect this to things. Alright, that works. It still looks pretty weird to me. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. We might need some paint blocks or something going on up here, because that's not quite right. But other than that, we are good. I need a way to get onto this, too. I don't know about that just yet either. Alright, next thing is railings. Yes, you might not have thought I would add railings to this thing, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a cool thing to add, so we're just gonna do it right there. And actually, these are gonna be in like a lighter color. Yeah, that works. Okay, segment end, shove that on there. We're gonna shove a piece directly onto here if we can, which is just gonna be one of these. There we go. And then somewhere in the middle, how much is this? 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boop. There we go. Excellent. And beautiful. Okay, so I added some detail right here, which is just a white/grey line all the way around the outside. Added this piece so the line goes to one piece, and I think that's okay. Around the side or the back, I'm just going to go ahead and have this come across. And I guess I'm going to have a door in here. I guess? I don't know. A door, we might as well just use one of these ones. And if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't fit, then it doesn't fit. Oh, it doesn't. So I think we'll have to use pivots and make our own door. Alright, so pivots, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and add a door into this straight away. So that goes there. We're just going to go ahead and do this, essentially. So we're going to go across by 3. It needs to come up to here. We're going to delete these 2, and I'm going to chuck that on there like that, that on there like that, and essentially one here and one here as well. And then we're going to paint around the edges, hopefully making that nice. Yeah, I think so. All right, go ahead and chuck these guys on there. We'll actually go ahead and jug this color, and somewhere in the door we might as well have a window. Yeah, a little window, go in there. That'll be awesome. Pop, there we go. All right, obviously we're gonna have to paint all of those too, so this bit is gonna get painted like so. Almost, there we go. And then the window is gonna get painted black. All right, that works. That totally works. Underneath the window, we're gonna have to add a button. That is so that we can actually open and close the door, and that'll be fine. I think I'm actually going to shove a cable thingamabobby on this side, but I'm actually going to shove an actual cable behind it, just like this, and then above it, we're going to add a dial so that we can actually see how much our battery is right there. Yeah, that makes sense, right? All right, yeah, that totally works. So the dial is there. If we want to recharge it, we grab the cable from there and we just connect it straight to here. All right, yes. I do think we should have either a way to reproduce or produce some electricity, maybe through a hand crank, or we can actually add some solar panels on top. That could be cool. All right, let's go ahead and build this little last bit right here. I'm just going to delete these guys on the rear. We're going to chuck that right there, and I'm just going to chuck this right here. Essentially, this is just going to be a box so that we can hide the motor. Yeah, I feel like that works. It is a bit weird that it's just smacked on the back, but I think that's fine. Yeah. Another thing that I'm going to do is slightly change the color of the deck to be just a little bit different to the other bits. There we go. All right, spawner in. Let's see what it looks like. That is so weird. It's so weird, but it is an electric locomotive, and it should work out for us. Hopefully, anyway. So, because I always forget, we're going to put the equipment in right now. So, we're going to need a welder, we're going to need a fire extinguisher, wherever that is. There we go. Chuck it in the right way around, and I guess a bunch of first aid kits as well. There we go, 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. I'm now going to add a bunch of random details to the outside of this, like rope anchors and stuff like that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we slept through the night, and now that it's morning time, we need to figure out what we're actually going to do with this thing. So inside of here, obviously we have the locomotive. What I'm going to do really quickly is actually send it around the course backwards, around this loop, because essentially behind me is just a loop. So let's go get in the locomotive and run the loop. All right, battery is currently full, reserve battery is currently full, zoom backwards at full throttle, here we go. We are wheel spinning a little bit, that's fine. And I guess we'll see if we actually come off the tracks at any point and how much of the battery we actually use. So I think it's going to be quite a bit of battery, but we'll see. I don't currently have any gearboxes in here either, but that's fine. Currently we are flying, by the way. How fast are we going? 58 meters per second. That's crazy. This is like 120 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster. Oh yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. All the way around. Our battery's gone down by 6% so far. Okay, we're still maintaining 60 kilometers an hour. No, 60 meters per second. This is fine. All right, keep it going. We're almost back to the start. The thing is, I do believe this is going to start to struggle when it comes to actually towing anything of weight. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, we're coming back around. We're almost there. And let's go ahead and throttle it down. There we go. So our battery is at 92% after doing the loop. That's not bad. Well, actually it is. I don't know. All right, so we're going to need some container trailer thingamabobbies. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And we'll actually use this to create more train cars. All right, well, that looks insane to me, but it is what it is. So we can actually put the containers directly on top of here and obviously directly on top of here. So let's get ourselves a button right there and right there that either connects or disconnects these guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and connect this guy up to there, connect this guy up to there, then each of these to these guys? Is that right? Hang on. So that goes to there, that goes to there. This thing goes to here, 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 and here. And then this one goes to here and here, here and here. There we go. So that's all good. What I want to do from there is actually make it look nicer though. So we're going to go ahead and extend this guy downwards by like 1. There we go. We'll have it go in a straight line this way. And we'll do the same thing on the other end. So grab this guy, put it on there like this. There we go. And extend it down, please. Bosh. Alright, that works. We're then going to do a very similar thing from here. So do this downwards. And then from here, we'll do the same thing. Downwards that way. And that is pretty awesome. I think that works. Whoa, that doesn't look too bad. So we actually have extra batteries on there as well. So let's see if we can actually afford the locomotive now. Also, this thing should probably have brakes, but at the minute, no brakes. All right, reverse up to it. We can afford it, of course, because it's already in. There we go, and connect. All right, so far so good. Yes, we actually have $32 left over. That's so close. All right, so I guess the problem is now that I can't afford to actually put a thing on the thing. I can't afford to actually make a vehicle that can lift up one of these guys and put it on there. Although, actually saying that, what I could do is put the locomotive away, build myself a vehicle that can lift one of these guys up, lift this up, put it on the train car. In fact, I could put 2 on there. Or maybe even 4. Will it fit through there if I have 4? Probably not. Oh, unless I lower that down. That could be cool. I don't know. But yeah, I could lower that down and then we could actually carry 4. And then maybe we could actually get the locomotive back out, attach it back on, and then do some deliveries. Although, where can I deliver it to where it's just on the train track? Alright, so what containers do we actually have over here? Komodo Freight Terminal. Okay, that is something we can do with a train, I believe. BBG, no. BBG, no. What is this one? BBG again, no. BBG again? Imagine how much money I could make if I made it out there, though. 25,000, or 26,000, 29,000, 18,000, and another 30,000. Like, the amount of money I would make from just those 4 containers is insane. Yeah, so I actually can't do this because we don't have enough money yet. So let's go get back in a in a boat and maybe do some missions on the boat for now because, yeah, this is impossible. Well, we're back in it again. This right here is the catamaran that we started the series with, and we're going to be using it again to do, I guess, a few little missions to get some more money. So, let's start the first mission. Engines are on. Very nice. Throttle levers are up. I'm actually going to go ahead and just set these to like 55 and 55-ish. That'll do. There we go. Set us going. That is awesome. We're going to go ahead and put our autopilot on. I installed autopilot into this. I felt like it made sense. And that button doesn't have any electricity. Alright, well, we got it fixed. And now we are on our way to an emergency. We need to rescue 2 people that are overboard. I don't know whether we're going to get them in time, but we'll find out. Oh my goodness, the weather out here is awful. It is so bad. Also, just as a side note, we are getting very close to where the enemies are. The enemy currently controls the creative base, which is literally like right next to where we're going. There's also, what is this? An enemy convoy. Oh, that'll be so cool to destroy. We should build a plane that can intercept things like that very soon. That'd be really awesome. Anyway, we're on our way to here, so hopefully we can find the boat and rescue the dudes before it gets too dark, because I think it's about to get nighttime. Oh, okay, I think we found it. Yes, that looks like we have found it. Let's go ahead and park ourselves up right next to it and see if we can actually save the dudes. Hopefully we can. I don't see them, though. I actually don't see them. This is possibly a problem. Oh, wait, they're not actually next to the boat at all. I can see a flashing light out there, which I would assume means that they are out there, which means we need to go get them. So set this to like 50 or 60%, whatever. Go ahead and set it to forwards and let's go get them. Wait, is that another one over there? I thought, yes. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's a flashing light out there too. Okay, we can get them both. Okay, we're coming alongside one person. Oh, I missed him. I missed him. All right, shove it in reverse. Go. Okay, it's in reverse. Hopefully we don't chop him up. Uh-oh. Wait, it wants to go forwards again. I hate these phantom forces. Like, what's going on there? It's weird. Anyway, sort of chopping him up, but also he's fine. Alright, chuck him in a seat. We need to go get the other dude right now. He's off to the left somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, yes. The strobe lights are so good for finding people. If I'm fast enough this time... No! Okay, reverse. Maybe we can get them again. Here we go. Turn into them, please. Yep, I can barely see, but they are still behind us. Alright, and it stopped. Move! Backwards! Uh-oh, I think I ran them over this time. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're in front of me. Alright, I'm just gonna jump in the water and get them, because I can't be bothered with all of that other stuff that's going on. Is that a warship back there? Oh, that could be a warship. I need to get out of here. You know what? I don't know if it is. I'm sort of on the I think it isn't. I actually don't think it is a warship. Anyway, we're gonna get back inside. We're gonna set our thingamabobby for here. Let's go, go, go. Set it in there, whack it in there, and go. In a forward direction. Alright, I don't know what just happened there, but we're going. Yes. Guys, we've actually made it all the way to the hospital, which is good. That is a very good thing. However, my boat won't stop, so we're going to be ramming into the island. Just like that. There we go. Alright, you two... Oh, what? What just happened? Alright, well, I've put out the fire, which is good, but it does seem to want to continue to destroy itself, so we're going to... We're going to abandon. Alright guys, I've got a delivery. I need to get rid of these people as quick as we can. I'm going to go to sleep really fast as well, so it's daytime. And then I'm going to run down and try and sort out my boat. Because at the minute, it is crashing into an island pretty bad. Alright, well that'll do me. Let's reverse out of here, and we need to head straight back to our base. Because at the minute, we are sinking. Oh boy. Alright, go, go, go. Get me back home right now. If I set an autopilot, we can get there quicker. Well, I say quicker. We can get there more efficiently. Oh my... Are we going underwater? This isn't good. This is... In fact, this is pretty bad. I can't do anything about it. Oh, this is awful. Okay, is it sending me the right way? I think it might be broke. Oh no, this is a problem. Wait, I don't know how the water was even getting up there. It was rising even though we were out of the water. That's really strange. Well, I found the island my base is on, so very soon we'll see the harbour. And that means that we won't actually sink to the bottom of the ocean, thankfully. And we have made it! Yes! Alright, cool. So, let's go ahead and, like, stop as soon as we get over there. There we go, and return it to the workbench. Phew! We made it, guys! We did it! Alright, let's see how much money we have now that we have enough money for both this and the train. And obviously we did a little bit of work just now to get some more money. So, hopefully, with the amount of money we now have, we will be able to, maybe, actually build something that can put containers on my loco. Or on the train. I think we will be able to, but I just don't know. Anyway, open this up. Let's go ahead and reverse backwards, and then we can see how much money we've got. 8,000. I think with 8,000, we should be able to build something. Okay, so I've come up with this thing right here, which is essentially just the base of a vehicle that we can use to lift those guys onto there. I don't know how much money we've got left over. 3,400. It's not a lot. So, I don't know if I'm going to struggle here. Okay, I've lifted these guys up as much as I can. I'm now going to go ahead and try and put a pivot on there. And then once we've put a pivot on there, we'll see if we can lift things up. I know it's going to sound really weird, but I want to lift them by ropes, I guess? So if we can just go ahead and do this. There we go. Attach some rope anchors onto there. If possible. So onto here, just like this. And then maybe actually like that as well. We can then lift it up. I don't know if this is going to work. But anyway, seats. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a driver's seat. And we'll see if this can actually do the job that it needs to. Alright, let's go, go, go. Let's see if we can actually use this. It feels like it might be a really tricky thing. Oh, steering's inverted. Fix that. Alright, here we go. So, I feel like we might need more weight on this, but let's just go ahead and try it anyway. We needed it to be kind of cheap, and it is exactly that. It is very cheap. I now need to figure out what I even need to move. I don't know if any of these things I can move. FJ Warner? No. Sawyer South. This is it. Okay. Let's see if this vehicle right here can lift up that container right there. Alright, so the idea is, I lower this down. Alright, here we go. So I lower it down so that it can go, like, directly above it. If that's possible, that'd be great. So like this, there we go. We then lower it down even more. Okay. We grab some rope, we attach it on, and we go from there. Is it gonna work? Who knows? Connect this. Oh, I need more rope. I actually need more rope. Oh, this is kind of annoying. Alright, whatever. Let's just try it anyway. Diagonal. Alright, this'll do. Let's go. Can we lift it? Oh my goodness. The answer is no. That is definitely no. Okay, I've added way more weight at the back, as you guys can see. It is covering the wheels. It looks a little bit like the Batmobile. And when I say a little bit, I mean not at all, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and take ourselves over there. Run over the fox by accident. Sorry, fox. There we go. And let's see if we can lift it up this time. Uh-oh, stupidly again, I've actually forgotten to get more rope, but we can actually lift it in the sky. It is actually totally working. Hey, would you look at that? Alright, can we drive with this? I wish it was daytime so I could actually see. That'd be great. It might still be moving. Oh, it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stop it from attaching to the rear ones. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and activate this on the bottom so that when we do actually drive it over there, we can attach it on nicely. All right. Hopefully this works out because if it doesn't, I might cry. All right, lift it over. All right, reverse backwards. Press spacebar. All right, lower it down. Oh, it's connected to two of them. All right, there we go. Hey, it's connected. It did it. It actually worked. All right, so if I disconnect this then, there are a few little modifications that I want to do. We need more weights and we need more ropes. More weights and more ropes. Oh, there's actually more to it than that as well. I need some rope anchors, so I'm going to grab another 2 of those, I guess. Actually, maybe 3. So put those ones there, that one there, and I guess we'll do some across the back as well, just in case we need to move this. We're then going to... I don't know. What else did I need? Some more ropes. Here we go. These guys right here is the next thing. So we'll attach those. And I'm actually going to add a cable so that we can charge this thing up if necessary. So put that there and connect that to each of these. We're also going to get a dial. One for speed and one for the actual batteries. Here we go. So speed. Chuck that on there. Let's do it. So this one is going to be speed. And on the other side, this is going to be battery. Okay. I guess that works then. Let's go ahead and connect that to there. We're going to connect the speed to the speed. And that's all A-okay. That is madness. Alright, this is going to be really, really weird. And I don't think it's going to work the way that I need it to. But we're going to give it a go. So we ram this straight into the back of there. We get ourselves a rope. We attach the rope to here. And we attach the rope to there. We then go to the other side and we do the same thing, please. So rope to here and rope to there. Alright, so far so good. We're then going to connect this rope to here as well. And we're going to connect the rope on this side over to here as well. Alright, turn the brakes off. I am actually going to go ahead and lower this down. All the way onto there, pretty much. There we go. Okay, hopefully that works. And then we're going to try and move the whole thing. Okay, so when it goes to moving then, we obviously can't go at like our maximum speeds, because clearly this thing on the back is not going to like it. But if we go at like a decent speed of like 15 maybe? Which is, how fast is that? 17, ooh, 18. I think we might make it if we keep going like this. It's probably a problem, but I don't know. Okay, we've made it to the first bend, and actually, it seems like it's working completely fine. How fast are we going? 19 meters per second. Our battery's gone down by 6%. We're not going to use our lights unless it is nighttime. And essentially, we are currently going around this bend right here. So we have to go all the way around this. Oh, wait, actually, are we going the wrong way? We're totally going the wrong way. All right, well, that's good. What happens if I put it in reverse? I don't know. Let's try reverse. Let's see what happens. I think we're gonna have some super duper massive issues here. But let's try it. Here we go. Reverse. Yeah, because this thing can't actually direct itself. It's just sort of stuck there. Oh, I don't know. That's gonna cause a problem. Yep, it's causing a problem. Causing a huge problem. That's not very good. Okay, right, we'll have to rethink that. In fact, it wasn't very thought out at all. This bit was. This bit works. The whole train bit. But the connectiony thingamabobby just is not right. So we'll have to sort this out differently to what we currently have, I guess. That's okay. That's alright. Alright, disconnect this, chuck it on there, and we'll lift this bit up for now. There we go. Alright, cool. So, I think, actually, I'm going to leave this video here for now. In the next one, I'll try and sort this out. We'll try and sort that out, and we'll see how it goes from there. Also, very soon, we are going to have to fight the enemies, because they are actually taking over all of these areas. In fact, they're taking over all of these areas down here as well. Oh, that's crazy. Alright, well anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed whatever the heck this was, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.